So this is a given beam. Now for this beam, calculate the collapse load, true collapse load. So that is the question. So this is a beam given in the question. Now we are supposed to find out the collapse load for this case. So how to find? So what is the first step in the calculation of collapse load? Come on everyone. So first step, so once think or once remember, once try to memorize it. So what is the first step in the calculation of collapse load? The first step is determination of DS or calculation of DS. So what is the DS for proper cantilever beam? So DS for proper cantilever beam is 0. Now number of plastic hinges required is 1. So now let us see the locations. So if you observe the locations and if you try to remember the things what we have discussed in the beginning of the collapse load calculation. So there we have clearly discussed possible locations of the plastic hinges. So now where the plastic hinges form. So here in this diagram, so take it as A and take it as B and this as C. So now here possible locations are collapse. The plastic hinge can form at A or C. Yes or no? The reason that A is a fixed support and C is a rigid joint. So now plastic hinge may form at A or C. But we require only one plastic hinge here in this case. So from this we require only one plastic hinge. But possible locations in this case is possible locations. So possible locations are at A, C. So now here for the formation of the mechanism, one hinge only required, means either at A or C. So now here we have to go for the checking out the possibilities. It means first possibility is we have to check out whether the plastic hinge means where the true collapse load is going to form. So first possibility. So plastic hinge at A. So first assume plastic hinge at A. First possibility. So this is a plastic hinge at A. So this is the first possibility. So now this is a beam. So this is L. Agree? So now in this case we have assumed plastic hinge at A only. So this is a hinge. So now if hinge is formed, how is the deflected shape? So this is a deflected shape. So as I said, this is a marker. So this is a marker. So if there is hinge, so how it will rotate? Like this it will rotate. So this is the shape. So now this is theta. This is theta. So now so this is BB dash delta. So now BB dash is equal to delta, which is equal to L theta. So now apply principle of actual work. So what is principle of actual work? Principle of actual work is nothing but external work is equal to internal work. So external work should be done by this load. So how much? W into delta. Now internal work is done by the plastic movement. So where the plastic movement will develop? So where the plastic hinge is formed, at that location plastic movement will develop. So here it is rotating in clockwise. So anti-clockwise plastic movement will develop. So this MP is equal to 0. MP into theta. Now W. So theta is delta is L theta and it is MP theta. So now delta will get cancelled. So how much the W collapse load? MP by L. So in this possibility, the collapse load is MP by L. Now take the second possibility. So what is second possibility? Assuming the plastic hinge at C. So second possibility is assuming the plastic hinge at C. See, sorry, here we have done one mistake. See, in the given question itself, it is clearly mentioned that the span AC will have the plastic moment carrying capacity of 1.5. So if you remember the plastic moment formula, MP formula, it is Fy into A by 2 into y1 plus y2. So if the cross section is more, then MP is also more. So obviously here the cross section is more, here 1.5. Here cross section is less, MP. So in this we have to take 1.5. Here we have to take 1.5 MP. Okay. So in this finally what it is? 1.5 MP by L. Okay, here it is 1.5 MP by L. So here we have to consider 1.5 MP theta. Now second possibility. So second possibility, inject C. So now here we have assumed inject C at this location. So this is L by 2 and this is L by 2. So the deflected shape. So this is how it will deflect. So this is theta. So this is delta. So delta is equal to L by 2 theta. Agree. Now here also we have to apply principle of actual work. Principle of actual work means external work is equal to internal work. So that external work should be done by that load W. So W into L. Now internal work. So internal work should be done by MP. So now in the diagram also see that is also here also we modify. In the diagram also write on 1.5. Now here C is a joint where the two plastic moment carrying capacity members are meeting. So C is a joint where two plastic moment carrying capacity members are meeting. One is having 1.5 MP and another is having MP. Now which MP to consider here? So C is a junction. So which MP to consider in the given question? So here MP is nothing but internal resistance, or you can say moment carrying capacity. Clear? So now as it is internal property or internal phenomena, we should consider the least. So at that junction 1.5 MP and MP is meeting two cross sections which are having different MPs are meeting. So obviously we have to consider least. The reason it is a internal resistance. So MP we have to consider. Now external work is done by this load and internal work is done by this moment opposite to that rotation. So MP theta. Agree. What is delta now? So W delta is L by 2 theta. Now MP theta. So theta will get cancelled. Now in this case collapse load is 2 MP by L. So these are the collapse loads in both the possibilities. So now which collapse load to be considered and which is the true collapse load? How to decide? Now if you observe whatever the cases we have discussed so far, standard cases, and in this case, in all these cases we are expressing the collapse load in terms of MP, that is plastic moment carrying capacity, which is internal resistance. So as we are expressing it in terms of internal resistance, always consider the least. Okay, so in design we follow only simple technique or a simple logic we are going to follow. Always underestimate the internal effects. It means we are going to consider internal effects as the less and overestimate the external effects. It means we have to consider the external effects more. That is the reason in steel also we are going to consider, even in RCC also we are going to multiply the load with some factor like 1.5, 1.2, and we are going to divide the stress with some factor. It means Fy by 1.15 or 1.5. It means so that what we are going to do there, the stress is internal property. So we are going to reduce that internal property. That is what underestimate. And external property load. The load is applied externally. So increase it. Overestimate. So simply the design philosophy is overestimate the external effects and underestimate the internal effects. So here all the loads are expressed in terms of internal property, that is known as MP, which is known as maximum moment of resistance of any cross section in a beam. So consider the least. So here which is least? 1.5 or 2? Obviously 1.5 is least. So now this is a true collapse load. So true collapse load is 1.5 MP by L. So this is the true collapse load in this case. Take it out. So this is how to calculate.